Hey everyone, and welcome to Juris Research Academy. In this video, you will get to know the analysis of UGC NET exam which was conducted on 21st of November. But in particular, I'll discuss regarding paper 2, which is law paper conducted in the first shift, and will let you know the glimpse at how the paper was set for this attempt. So stay connected with this video to know more about law paper. Firstly, if we talk about an overview, and as far as I have come across the questions, I can say the level of paper was from moderate to difficult, or I must say that it was different this year if we compare with the previous year attempts. The reason is that this year the focus was more on minor acts, and that too those subheads which were never asked or rarely asked. So overall, we can't say the paper was tough or simple, rather it was quite different this year. Moreover, several candidates claimed that paper was lengthy, and the reason for this is that most of the questions were based on chronology or match of the following, and these types of questions are time consuming, right? Now, let us see the subject specific questions, that how were the questions asked from the core subjects and how were the questions asked from the minor subjects. Now let us see what questions were asked from core subjects. If we talk about constitution, there was one comprehension which was related to privacy, under which 5 questions were asked, and then there was a question based on special provisions related to states. So this question was also asked in the previous attempt also, and this time also they have asked. Right? So coming to the jurisprudence subject, questions were from global justice, right? One question was asked from the global justice. There was one match of the following question wherein you were required to match theory with their propounder jurist, right? And then there was one comprehension based questions, okay? So one comprehension was from constitution, one was from jurisprudence. Now coming to PIL, questions were related to the arrangement of cases, and there was one question related to de facto and de jure recognition, and one question was also there from WTO ministerial conferences. Next is IPC. So there were 2 questions related to the general defenses. One was related to section 100 regarding throwing acid clause was asked, and the other was match of the following, right? And under which section 95, 93 these were asked, right? Also there was one robbery question, right? And the other question was related to the stalking. So yes, the major part were asked from the IPC. Moving towards family law, there was one question related to live-in relationship. So if you have watched my video on live-in relationship, you must have solved this question easily. Then there was a question related to the foreign decree, under which section 13, section 14 of CPC were asked. And one question was related to the mutual consent divorce, like how mutual consent divorce takes place under Muslim law. And then there was one question related to uniform civil code, right? Then next is environment law. So under environment, there was one case law asked, and then there were some conferences asked under environment. Now let us see that what type of questions were asked from minor acts. So first one is IT Act, which is Information Technology Act. So most of the questions were from the definition portion, right? I guess 2 or 3 questions were asked from the definitions. And then there was one question related to section 10A that talks about the validity of e-contracts. Right? Second one is regarding the comparative law. Under this, the American Constitution and the British Constitution related questions were asked, and like how the amendment to the Constitution has been done, all these things were asked from the comparative law. Now third one is Right to Information Act, and from this act questions from definition were asked, like under which section information has been defined. So these types of questions were framed from this act. Now coming towards the IPR, not major questions were asked, right? So a question related to the geographical indications was asked from the IPR. Coming towards company law, 3 to 4 questions were asked from the company law itself, in which one of the question was related to the removal of name from the register of companies, which is being maintained by the registrar. This was the type of question which was asked from the company law. Next, if we talk about Consumer Protection Act, so there was one question related to the commission, and it was based on the recent amendment which was held in year 2019, right? And then if we talk about Competition Act, there was one question related to the dominance concept, which is covered under section 4 of the act, right? So I guess the question was given in statement 1 and statement 2 format, and therein you have to find that which statement is correct, right? Then we have Motor Vehicle Act. right, under which one question was asked, and that too it was also, directly related to the new amendment. It wasn't related to the act, but it was regarding the nature of the act. So these were the types of questions which were asked from the minor subjects. Now, after having the analysis, you might be thinking that what will be the cutoff marks for 2021 attempt. So here is the predicted cutoff list for JRF and NET. So here is the apprehension that for this time, for general, the JRF cutoff might be from 63% to 67%. The last year it was 69 point something. But since the paper was quite different from the previous year pattern, so it is expected that yes, the cutoff marks might fall to 67%, right? So from 63 to 67%, the JRF may fall. And for the NET, it could be like from 59% to 63%, right? The reason is same. Whereas if we talk about OBC class and for EWS, the JRF cutoff might fall between 60% to 63%, and for the NET, it may fall between 55% to 60%, right? And if we talk about SC, then the JRF cutoff might be between 56% to 60%, and for NET it could be 53% to 56%. And for the ST, the JRF could be from 55% to 60%, and for the NET it could be like 52% to 55%. So this is just an apprehension what we have predicted now, right? So please note that these are the suggestives, it is not final, right? Now the next question that might be popping in your mind is result, that when the result will be out. So the results may get declared only after 23rd of December, since according to the public notice published on NTA website dated as on 13th November, there are other exams also that will be conducted till 23rd of December. So there is a possibility that result will be out in the month of January. So you have to wait a bit. And keep watching Juresearch videos to get yourself updated regarding any information or notification of UGC NET exam. Thank you for watching this video, and do share your experience regarding the NET exam in the comment section below. Please like and share this video so your friends can also get insights about this exam, and subscribe with Juresearch Academy to get the further updates.